after a really beautiful week away out the city, and I was thinking about how I really wanted to talk to you guys about my time away. And then I was like, hey, I'm alone in the car on my way home, got my AirPods in, eyes on the road, and I just wanted to have a chat with you guys, because why not do this in the car? So yeah, today I wanted to chat about the importance of resting while you bleed in your menstrual phase. And that's literally what I've just done, like 1 week away, resting over my menstrual cycle and my late luteal phase. And yeah, I'm just feeling so reset and rested and grounded and just so good in my body, in myself, in my connection to just being alive, and how good that feels in your body when you take the time to rest, to slow down, to just take time offline. I also haven't been online much the last week, and it's just been so amazing to be off my phone, disconnected from, you know, all the demands of social media and emails and clients and friends and socializing and work and all the things, and how good it feels to just cut that away and just come back to yourself and connect to your own energy and not have your field so disrupted all the time by people and things and distractions and to-do lists, etc. You know, just take time to live slowly, to live simply, and to, yeah, live a simple life. Hi Vera, I can't read while I'm driving, and also that looks like it's in German. But yes, what I was saying is it's just so good to take time away from your everyday life, and take time off. I have now decided that every 3 months I'm going to take off 1 week in my luteal and menstrual phase, just because it's good for me, and just because I can, and just because I choose my life to be that way. You know, we get to make the rules for our own lives. I also realize that this is a very privileged conversation, and not everyone has the ability to work remotely and live the life I do. And a lot of people are still stuck in 9-to-5s, in office jobs. But yeah, you have the power to change your life, and you can do whatever you want to do, and you can make anything work out in the way that you want it to work out. It's called manifestation. It's totally possible for you. And you know, since COVID, like, so many more people are just, the world is waking up to the idea of being more remote and working remotely. And you know, it's not just the creative fantasy now, you know, we need to, yeah, we kind of just need to have this as one of our values, if that is a value for us. That, like, for me personally, freedom is such a huge value for me, one of my life values, and that's important for me, that value is echoed throughout all aspects of my life, and including my job and my career and how I make money. You know, I choose to live a freedom-based lifestyle, and I've created that for myself. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy in the beginning, but once you get the structure right, then I was wondering if that was gonna happen. Okay, we back. Let me see if I can put you guys somewhere else. I think that works. Let me know. Yeah, I think it does. So what I was saying is, the importance of a freedom-based lifestyle and how I've created that. And I was actually thinking the other day that cyclical living is teaching us how to live a freedom-based lifestyle on an embodied level, on an energetic level, at a mental, emotional level, the spiritual level. I really truly believe that, because when do I have to think, like, when do I not feel free? When I'm working too much, when I have to do all these things in my to-do list, and like I feel constrained by the expectations of the external world. That's when my freedom starts to be encroached upon, and that's when I start to not feel in my highest vibration, right? And so how do I make sure that I'm always feeling that security, that freedom, that ease, that joy? Because then that makes me want to work more, in my productive time, is by taking time off. Like, how can I ensure that I feel free and that I feel connected to myself and at peace, and that's a sustainable, regenerative feeling, not just a fleeting feeling, because I want my freedom to feel sustainable and last. I want to always feel free within myself, within my life, within my relationships. I never want to feel constrained and boxed in, and enclosed. And so how do I create that? Well, I do what I've just done this past week, and I take time off to travel, to have a holiday, to breathe, to just focus on living simply, to just connect back with myself, to catch up on sleep, to rest. Really, it all comes down to rest, and the importance of rest on a neurobiological level. Like how important it is for your brain to go through these periods of resting and resetting, and all the levels of dopamine and serotonin and all of these brain chemicals and hormones that are so important for us to feel well, for us to feel good, for us to feel in flow in our everyday life, in our work, in our relationships, in our home life, in our self-care, in our relationship with ourselves. For all of that to be sustainable and regenerative and be at good levels, and for us to feel well and have a good level of well-being, we need to prioritize rest. We need to prioritize resetting and coming back to the body, coming back to the self, coming back to, you, me, myself, and I. Because at the end of the day, that is what determines my life. My relationship with me, myself, and I determines the manifestation of my external reality. And that's what it comes down to. So when your internal reality is good and grounded and clear and peaceful and in flow, then your external reality is like that. It mirrors that. We live in a mirror universe, a holographic universe. Everything is reflected, as above, so below, as within, so without. And rest is a huge part of the manifestation process. We can't be go all the time. We can't be like constantly focusing on goals, constantly, striving. We can't be like that all the time. Nothing in nature blooms 24/7 all the time, We have to have periods of autumn and winter, which is the luteal and the menstrual phase. We have to have those periods of introspection and internal focus, and taking that energy and that inspiration we've gained from the external and now redirecting it back towards the internal. It has to be this balance. And you know, if you are not in this balance, you are going to suffer. You will feel anxious, you will feel depressed, you will feel drained, you will feel tired, you will feel these symptoms, these physiological, biological symptoms that, you know, are a psychosomatic illness, really. You know, it's the mind not making space for the experience of the body that creates these imbalances. It's the mind not being in connection to the body. It's the mind ego not realizing, like, the body needs this nurturing, it needs this care, like, because we're so distracted by making money, doing well, succeeding, achieving, all these very masculine focused things. We have totally forgotten as a culture, as a society, what it means to be in connection to the body. I've said this many times, there's an epidemic of disembodiment. I think, I have a podcast episode on it. Can't remember which one now, but I think it might be episode 9. There's an epidemic of disembodiment in our culture, in our society, in the way that we relate, you know, in the way that we understand the mind-body, in the way that we understand what mental health is, in the way that we understand how physical health manifests. There is a disconnect. You know, where the mind is now trying to solve the problems of the body from the outside in. This is such a common experience when it comes to period problems and PMS, and, you know, like, take this pill, go to this doctor, do this, do that. You know, even if it's naturopathic, you know, but often it's chemical, you know, based, or the pill, or these artificial hormones, which are actually fucking poisonous, fucking toxic for our bodies. I cannot stress this enough. The pill literally is a known carcinogen. The WHO classified the pill as a #1 carcinogen alongside asbestos and smoking in 2005. Like, we've known these things for a really long time. But yeah, it's all this information has been suppressed on purpose. And so, yes, we're the mind trying to solve the problems of the body from the outside in, when actually we need to solve our period problems and our menstrual problems from the inside out. We need to incorporate practices and self-care routines that nourish us and nurture us on a really, really deep level. And rest is a part of that process. Rest is a huge, huge part of that equation. And the more you rest in your luteal phase, so the luteal phase is slowing down, and so you'll obviously, you know, come in quite hot from ovulation and start to slow down one day at a time. And then towards the end of your luteal phase, just before your period, you're pretty much like as slow as you can go. And then when you start bleeding, that's when you are pull the brakes, pull up the handbrake, and just cancel all plans, say no to everything, put up high boundaries, you know, let the people that you live with know that you are bleeding, that you're in your womb cave, that you are taking that time for yourself and you are not to be disturbed or expected of anything. Like, our brains literally work completely different when we are menstruating. At every phase of our cycle, actually, our brain is working in a different way. And so we need to learn how can we make the allowances and also space in our life for our period brain to take over. You know, my friend Livia and I always joke about our period brains, and like, you know, we like, you can't think straight. It was so funny. We were trying to play cards last week on the weekend. Now while we were away, and she was on her period, and she like couldn't concentrate on how to play cards. It was hilarious. You know, so like our brains literally work differently when we're bleeding, and we need to make space for that. We can't expect ourselves to, you know, be as quick to respond, be as quick to act, be as quick to like, you know, if someone asks me to do them a favor, like while I'm bleeding, I kind of look at them and I'm like, are you fucking for real? Like, what do you mean you want me to do something for you? Like, do you know what I'm going through right now? Like, you know, so it's like that kind of energy. Like, protect your energy while you're bleeding. Rest. Be selfish. Be fucking selfish. Speak your needs. Ask for what you need. You know, like if you live with a partner or housemates, just like let them know that you're bleeding. Take the space that you need. Maybe put a sign on your door saying do not disturb, bleeding here, you know, like peace out, but I'm just going through the things. My body is doing what it needs to do, and I'm in a deep state of rest and integration and introspection, and it's so fucking important. Like the whole point of this live is I want to stress how important it is for you to do this while you bleed. You know, like say no as often as you can. Take the space you need. Don't socialize. Like just Netflix and chill all the fucking way. Buy yourself some dark chocolate, 70, 80%, 90%. It's so good for you when you're bleeding. It has really high magnesium and no sugar. And yeah, just cook yourself some beautiful homemade food. Some people like to meal prep before they bleed. I don't do that. Sometimes I'll just get takeaways. Like otherwise, most of the time I just also cook for myself though. And I find it's like a beautiful part of the slowing down process, and like eating homemade food and deepening the self-care like during that time, you know, because if we're resting and we're just like chilling on our phones or like on the screens all the time, or like still, you know, like if we're on the couch and we're just like still on our laptop, still replying to emails, still, you know, doing all these things, it's not the same. Like you need to actually be strict with yourself and, you know, watch like 1 or 2 hours of Netflix, but the rest of the time, you know, like turn your phone on do not disturb, like make yourself some food, grab a hot water bottle, curl up on the couch with the blankets, ask someone if you have someone for some cuddles, you know, like really just, yeah, chill the F out, take a chill pill. And I feel like as women we really need to, there's like so much societal fuckery and programming. It's such a deep program in us around rest and like feeling guilty for resting, and like, you know, the programming that's, oh, I only deserve rest, or I only deserve a break once I have earned it, once as a reward, reward. And that is just, yeah, bullshit. Such bullshit. Like, you don't deserve rest only because you worked hard. You don't deserve rest just because you got a promotion, or you know, worked the whole year, or you know, whatever, like the insert X, right? Excuse. It's like you deserve rest whenever the fuck your body needs it. Even if you're not bleeding, even if you're not in your luteal phase, like you deserve rest at any point in time. I'm such a huge advocate, as you guys know, for just prioritizing what your body needs and listening to the body but we cannot listen to our bodies if we're not taking the time to listen. You know, if we're not slowing down, if we're not pausing, if we're not taking that time away from the expectations of our life and taking time to live slowly, live simply, rest, and listen to the body, tune into the body, and practice deep self-care. Okay, yeah, I think that's the transmission for today, guys. Thank you so much for those that joined live and for those watching on the replay. I hope, yeah, the sound quality comes out okay. And yeah, let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if you're committing to taking time off during your luteal and menstrual cycle, if and when you can. No pressure, but please, love, prioritize your body, prioritize rest. It's so important. And you'll see, when you do that, you have 10 times, 50 times, 100 times more energy for yourself in the rest of your cycle, for your life, for your loved ones. Then you can overflow. Then you can just, give so much and be so much more present and focused and energized and all the things. Mwah. Peace out. Chat soon. We'll catch me next week for another weekly live. Let me also know if you've been enjoying these and you're enjoying my chats, and if you have any questions about your cycle or your habits or your routines, or just want to ask anything about period vibes, womb healing vibes, let me know. Always available. Okay, much love. Mwah.